So, in this introduction, I am going to treat my audience here as if I were actually to be presenting this to a group of teachers on one of my campuses. Uh, the idea here is currently I have seen a problem. This is my proposed solution, and some tools you should know about before going into this. In Pearland ISD, we have touchscreen tablets with styluses, very similar to Microsoft Surfaces, available for all of our teachers to use, as well as a desktop computer. So every classroom teacher has two devices that they have at their disposal, one of them being a touchscreen tablet PC with a stylus, one of these. All of our classrooms are equipped with interactive touchscreen projectors that are also capable of handling wireless connectivity between the teacher's tablet, their teaching tablet, and the projector. They also have at their disposal document cameras in which they use to face down and show notes and whatnot that they are presenting with. I have discovered a way that I am encouraging teachers to move forward with this, which I'm going to present to you now. So what we have here is the age-old overhead projector. We have all seen these before. This is essentially, a student sees this, and it is sleep time. Overhead projector puts everybody to sleep. I saw these growing up as a kid. Teacher would get their clear sheet out and put it over top of their worksheet and write in colored marker, red, green, blue, or black over top on their clear plastic, the microfiche type material, the thin plastic. I don't even forget what it's called. But we have all seen the overhead projector. That is yesterday. A number of years ago, it was replaced by the new and improved document camera. We see here there's an image. There's a student up at the document camera, but it's basically a glorified, digitized overhead projector. It's the same thing. Personally, I don't see a difference. There are two major issues that I have with both the document camera and the overhead projector. Issue number one, the teacher is tethered to wherever the document camera or the overhead projector are. It keeps the teacher glued to the same place in the classroom. They are not mobile. That's a problem. If you're in a 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade classroom, and you are constantly only ever at the front offering lecture style class, and it's that way for the first 15 to 20 minutes every day of the school year, the students know I can shut off. That's a problem when it comes to effective learning. But that is also the style, the model in which we have used here in Pearland for years and years and years, the age-old adage, but we've always done it that way. The other thing that the other issue that I see with both of these, can the teacher tell in real time the level of engagement of their students? If the teacher's under the document camera or with the overhead projector, they're the same thing. If the teacher is underneath the document camera and they're lecturing, they're giving notes, they can't go to the student. They are stuck where they're at. If there's an issue 3-4 rows back between Johnny and Susie, Johnny's picking at Susie for something or whatever, all the teacher can do is either stop the whole class and address them, stop the lecture entirely, stop the lesson, walk over between Johnny and Susie and figure out what the heck's going on, or he or she can just yell at them from up front, both of which are not desirable in the classroom. So, I have a proposed solution. In Pearland, we have the ability to use our technology in the classroom. OneNote class notebooks works with Canvas through Canvas. We are an Office 365 district. We should be using the tools we have at our disposal. So, what you do is you open up your OneNote notebook, set up a class notebook, because then you can see what your students are doing in real time in the notebook as you are teaching without any interruption. You're teaching using your teacher tablet. No more overhead projector. You're using your class notebook to instruct class mirrored on your display with your interactive projector. You have a touchscreen tablet. Your students all are provided a district one-to-one device that is touchscreen. Those Amazon teacher wish lists, I know teachers are fantastically love those wish lists. Put on there the mesh tip stylus. You can get about a 30 pack for $10. And that Amazon wish list, your parents of your classroom, somebody's going to snatch those up quick. It's an easy grab. Have a class set for your students. They come in, they grab themselves a stylus, and we're sitting down taking notes. You can go through your class notebook in real time as you are lecturing to see what Johnny and Susie are writing on their part of the class notebook. And you can put their notebook up on the screen in real time. It's an accountability thing. The other thing this allows you, it is a wireless connection. That means you are no longer tethered to that document camera or that overhead projector up at the front of the classroom. You can now stand behind the class, look at all the computer screens. You can see them, what they're doing. Are they playing games? Are they doing what they're supposed to do? Are they off task? You can see what they are doing in real time. You can walk around the room. You can hand your teacher tablet to Susie. Susie, show the class example of what we were just talking about. It's an excellent teaching device. It changes the dynamic of your classroom. For most of us, this is a control thing. We are having the computers out all the time. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do? But computers are a discipline issue, not if you are not tethered to the front. If you are actively walking around, getting your steps in on your smartwatch, walking around the classroom during your lesson while you're teaching, you've got the teacher tablet and the stylus right there. You're writing directly on it. You know, we've got our screen here and we're writing on our teacher tablet. And it's showing up on the board. And I can go to Susie's part of her notebook. I can see the whole class's notebook. I can grade notebooks. It keeps students involved in your lesson because now we have to be actively involved because, Miss Johnson's going to go around and she might put my notebook up on the screen. That's a real thing. So, that's what it could be. We showed the reality. Now we show where it could be. Now, how do we get from A to B? Let me show you. Okay, so here we are in Canvas. This is a page that we have all seen before. We are just in the module section of our Canvas. This is nothing new. If you look at my organization, I have a class notebook listed first. I have a module here that I can share out to each and every one of you that shows you step by step how to set up a class notebook. It is not a complicated process. If I click on the first page, here it is. I have my PowerPoint right involved with it. It goes through step by step how to set up the class notebook, how to turn it on from within Canvas. What's the name of your class? Suggestions on how to name your notebook. You can have a notebook from year to year. You can pull the online textbook pages from the online resource and hit the print to Canvas button, and it sends that page directly to your class notebook that you can then write on the page. So you're still teaching directly out of the class notebook. Once you have the page in the notebook and you have it there ready for you to write on, before you write on it, send an empty blank copy of the page, the online textbook page, unedited, to all of your students. Now they have something to take notes on too. They've got your notes that you're going to write on the screen during class. And they've got an area in their part of the notebook that they can write along with you. They can write along with you. Sounds kind of funny. So, this takes you through step by step setting up the class notebook. I also have 10 tips for setting up and using your class notebook that makes it easy. Just about everyone has one of these. Cell phone. Download the OneNote app on your cell phone. If you have handouts, worksheets, project cards, anything of that nature that you want in your notebook, you want to have, instead of something that you would hand out physically in class, instead of running up to the copy machine up in the front office, standing in line, waiting for Bob Marley to stop jamming, pull the worksheet or whatever consumable you have, put it on your desk. Snap a picture of it using the camera on your smartphone and put it directly in the OneNote notebook from the app on your phone. It will sync up in real time to your OneNote that you can then distribute out to your classes. It's just like passing out papers in class. Exact same thing. But now you're paperless. You don't have students showing up with notebooks and binders that the rings are falling apart and papers are spilling on the floor. You're not messing with pencil bags. You're not messing with erasers. You're not messing with kids going over to the pencil sharpener, standing there for 10 minutes, winding around the pencil sharpener, making a whole ruckus in the middle of class. It's all gone. All of that is it. This makes it so much easier. I've had several teachers transfer over to this method. They love it. They grade papers faster. You can go through and assign homework using the class notebook. You can import the grade from the class notebook directly into Canvas. You can do so much more when you are effectively using this technology that the district is already providing. All we have to do is step out of our comfort zone a little bit. The kids, your students, will adapt flawlessly. I promise you. It is not a big scary thing. This is a very easy transition to go the paperless or almost paperless route. This is how it's done. Using class notebooks. You can do so many things. You can set up group work in class notebook. You can have it tied to Canvas so that as students come in and leave your class, schedule changes happen, new student moves in throughout the course of the year, you just run them through, click on that class notebook link from Canvas, and they will automatically populate in your class notebook. If there's any work they've missed, you can just distribute those pages, distribute those sections. Send it right to that student as an individual instead of sending it to the whole class. It works very nicely. So at that point, once I've made the sales pitch to my teachers, that would have been the sales pitch. At that point, I would then walk them through my class notebook. I have here the same course I was in Canvas. I have my class notebook already set up, and this module right here defines how to set up the class notebook for teachers. Plus, I'm on campus 2 days a week. Shoot me an email, Teams message, whatever. I'll come running. I'll help you get set up. I am there to support my teachers at all times. That is my sole purpose. So PD, as far as that goes, support for PD is ongoing. The initial setup of this takes half a class period. Class period's about 50 minutes, 25 minutes or so, we can have this set up in the whole class. Students are provided a one-to-one device in Pearland ISD, and it is touchscreen. They're on their end of life right now. We're going to be recycling and probably getting new devices next year. So we're in the mix of really going this direction. We have an opportunity to go fully digital. That's my sales pitch. We also have, being that Pearland is an Office 365 environment, we have Office 365 for all of our teachers and all of our students with a 1 terabyte per user storage capacity. This is also how to help teachers get set up using cloud assignments. What this means for our teachers is there's an opportunity to go almost completely paperless. All they need is their touchscreen device. It's basically a Microsoft Surface with a stylus and a charger, and they can do everything they need from that device. And it really has the potential to streamline our teachers. So, getting back to the topics at hand, Duration of professional learning. Of course, it's ongoing. This is the big push from myself and the other positions like me within the district. We're what's called an educational technology specialist. It is our job to push this stuff with teachers, to approach the teachers who are willing to step out into that uncomfortable area, to get a little uncomfortable, to grow, get into that growth and learning environment where it's a little, okay, what am I doing here? This is not, it's not hard, but I'm not comfortable. That's when they're growing, because mistakes are going to happen. We're going to hit troubleshooting. We're going to hit pitfalls. It happens. That's what my job is, to mitigate that. So my goal here is, once I get done with the sales pitch, like I just showed you, is to immerse teachers in this environment. I already have it set up that they are part of my Canvas course and that my notebook is already set up. I have it as an example. I have it as an example right here that it's like a math setup. And you can see here I've already written on the page as teachers add into this course. I set this up for this year. This is a really big thing right now. On the left side of the screen there, teachers are going to, on my end, they're going to be listed out name by name by name. And then I can be the teacher in their class with me and show them as a student. And then my job is to go into their classrooms and put them in the teacher's seat. So it's a really immersive, I model, they a student. And then I transition them over the course of a day. They be the teacher with their students. And I kind of model and help and assist them. So this is a huge collaborative push with our district right now. Like I said, there are multiple of me. We have 11 ETSs throughout the district. 3 of them now are at the elementary level. They are not doing this. It is myself at the middle school, junior high level, and 4 others. And then the 3 high school ETSs. We are all pushing this. We are trying to get teachers on board with a more digitally inclusive environment. If we can get teachers to a point where devices are out as part of the educational experience, we will have less of teachers putting textbooks and notebooks away to get the computers out as an add-on to the educational experience. We want to see computers and technology work as a seamless integration with the instructional environment. So that's where we're at. As far as resources go, like I said, I am one of 11 of the big resources. I just realized that this was not on the big screen up here. Anyways, that's the notebook. That's what it looks like. Teachers will populate down the left side over there in my notebook, and I will use this to train them. I will put them in the student seat with me as the teacher and model for them. And then when it's time for them to transition into it, I will go into their classrooms and provide myself as a guide to help them get set up, get them established. And for about the first week or 2 working in this environment, transitioning away from that document camera. That's the idea. So as far as resources, I'm a big resources. There is also a bunch of documentation I have provided for the entire district through a Microsoft Stream channel. It's like YouTube, but just for Pearland ISD. I have already got a whole bunch of curated videos and handouts in there that teachers also have access to. And of course, the Canvas help section and the Office 365 help section. Both of those are fantastic. When you create a OneNote notebook, it has the help embedded in the new notebook every time you create it. So there's another resource. As far as schedule and timeline, there is no definite answer in Pearland ISD for this to happen. This has sort of been my big push, and everybody else kind of jumped on board behind me with making OneNote Canvas integration happen. We see a lot of teachers who have done this already on their own, just organically, really taking off with it. Teachers who haven't yet, who have been resistant, there's quite a few, and especially our CNI department has watched me in our meetings. Nobody is using the projector. I'll throw my screen up on the projector, and I'm there doing OneNote inside a Canvas. And I've had a few CNI specialists and directors look at me and go, I want you to show me how you're doing this because I want my teachers doing this. So if I can, I'm in a really exciting time right now with this. This is going to be a huge push, and if everything I'm reading into this is correct, I am right in line with what this assignment is asking me. We are right at the implementation aspect of being more digital with PD, and I am in the right place. So I hope that answers all the questions in the assignment. If there's anything that I need to review, tweak, whatever, I know I get a little long-winded. I'm sorry, but I'm really excited about this. It's a really exciting time in Pearland. Thank you very much.